Okay, so really quick, I'm going to tag this along to the end of my video. So now that I've taught my lesson, I want to talk about incidental and systematic instruction. And my lesson that I just taught was very systematic. It was super intentional. I picked out the words from the story. I used lines within the story. I made sure the kids were getting the words. They got to practice it. They got to write it down. And incidental teaching is more of like, while we're reading through the book, kids see a word. They're like, oh, what does aloof mean? And then we describe it right then and there. I feel like it's definitely less intentional. You can miss words every now and then. A lot of times students, especially in middle school, are afraid to speak out and say, oh, what does this word mean? Okay, kids are more curious. They'll ask questions, but in middle school, you don't really want to stand out, so I don't see them asking a lot of questions, okay? In my classroom, I am a math classroom, so it's a little bit different. I use both. So I'm super intentional with the questions that I give them, but also we use building thinking classrooms where my kids have to get up and solve problems at the board, and I can see their work and their thought processes, and then they have to switch the marker. So if they do end up making a mistake on their board, we can run into that, and then I can correct them from there. So my classroom really uses both approaches. I'm super intentional with the questions, but also they are able to get up at the board and make mistakes, not in front of the entire class, in front of a very small group. And it really works. So, but the lesson I just taught was super systematic. I feel like in a reading classroom, in middle school, you have to be super intentional because they are super embarrassed and shy to ask questions. So that's what I would do in an English classroom, but yeah.